Why do you think Donald Trump blinked and accepted basically the same deal, as far as we can tell what it is, as the Iranians offered back in April?
I think there were a number of factors, but probably the driving element here was the fact that the United States is running out of oil storage. And that, combined with the impact of the delay in shipping out of the Strait of Hormuz, is going to produce a huge spike in oil prices and gasoline at the pump, which is not good politically. And Donald Trump has every reason to be concerned about his declining popularity. But in addition to that, I think the last round of tit-for-tat attacks by the US and the reprisal by Iran were instructive. Iran has adopted the Israeli standard of disproportionate responses to attacks on it. So if you attack Iran and do X amount of damage, they will try to do 5 to 10x damage back at you. And they did that, apparently, with their attacks on numerous American bases in the region in response to our latest provocation of them. So it's impossible now to continue to believe that there is any solution other than a diplomatic one. Now, we're not in a solution. One of the things that is most confusing to people and really does not help us understand what is happening is incorrect vocabulary. We have not had a ceasefire. We have had an agreed de-escalation and of the fighting. There is not a peace deal. There is an understanding to further de-escalate the fighting and conduct a diplomatic dialogue and negotiation, which, by the way, is very unpromising, because it appears that, as usual, our president is making stuff up about what the other side he has agreed to, in his opinion. The Iranians have been very firm about what they need to do a permanent peace agreement, and they don't want a temporary deal. A deal, by the way, I mean, the very word itself is a transactional word. That is not what is required to produce peace in West Asia, the Middle East. Finally, I would say it's become perfectly obvious that Israel not only is not an ally, but it is a saboteur. It is determined to wreck any understanding with Iran, because having inveigled us into this war, it wants the war to go on until Iran is destroyed. It can't do that. It subcontracted that task to us, and we have not delivered. So we're seeing angry dialogue, angry exchanges between Prime Minister Netanyahu, his extremist cabinet, and Donald Trump, with the Israelis saying openly that they do not feel bound by what has been agreed. They have no intention of withdrawing from Lebanon as required. And they reserve the right to strike Iran on their own, or whatever that accomplishes.